Hello again, Juli.
Hello, teacher.
Hey. So as usual, I'm just gonna mark your attendance down. Give me 1 second. Juli Parra. All right. So Juli, as you know, this is a CEPTO session, and the way we divide this is by speaking, writing, listening, and so on. Today we have a speaking session. So the way I want to work this is by addressing the way the CEPTO is made in this university, because that's ultimately what you're gonna do. But before we start, Juli, tell me, have you already made the CEPTO test?
No, teacher. The next semester is I'm gonna present the CEPTO test.
Okay, what semester are you doing right now?
Ninth semester.
Okay. All right, so let's start. Thank you for telling me that. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna, as this is a CEPTO speaking session, I want you to focus on what we're doing right now, but an excellent exercise is also to rewatch this video and hear yourself talking. So I'm gonna record this just so by the time when we're finished, you go back to this video and listen to yourself. That is a very good exercise, all right? Keep that in mind. Now, opening this presentation. So, CEPTO speaking. There are two types of speaking questions in the CEPTO. One is, well, it doesn't have a name, but it generally tends to center around describing yourself. And I wrote here, speaking about yourself. That is given and also given advices. So, for example, speaking about yourself could be, do you have children? How many years have you been studying English, and so on. Given advices, on the other hand, is about what is your favorite restaurant and what dish will suggest me to eat, or what is your favorite vacation place and where will you suggest me to go, things like that. The other question that you're gonna have, and this is very, very likely, is that they're gonna pass you a picture and you're gonna have to describe it. So let's start with the questions about yourself. First, and the most important advice that I give you, prepare to give long answers. The way you're gonna have the first type of speaking about you questions is that the person that's going to evaluate you is going to talk to you in a very natural way. That is, talking as if you were talking with a friend. So he might ask you, where are you from? You have to say, well, I'm from here and that. Answer very quickly after the question, but also try to give a longer than usual answer. If I ask you, where are you from? Don't just tell me where are you from. Tell me something more that you think it's important. For example, and I live in a warm climate, so therefore people tend to go to the beach or to the pools more often than in a colder climate. If you do something like that, it's gonna give you a lot of points. Again, are you studying or working? You can simply say, I'm studying. Don't leave it like that. Try to give me a longer than usual answer. And can you tell me about your future plans? Again, try to give me a longer answer. So we're gonna do a drill. A drill is a quick exercise. I'm gonna say as if I was your evaluator, and I'm gonna ask you about these 3 questions, all right? So I will probably start with, hello, Julie. Thank you for coming to your exam. In this session, I want you to unmute your microphone, and I'm going to ask you about some questions. So let's start by talking about you. First, tell me, where are you from? And you're supposed to answer. So answer me, Juli. Remember to unmute your microphone. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, I'm here. You hear me?
Yeah. What
All right.
happened? I call.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. So let's continue. Did you get that part when we were talking about you?
Yeah.
Great. So we're gonna do an exercise. We're gonna do a role play where I'm gonna be the evaluator, and you're supposed to answer these 3 questions. I'm gonna give you the questions exactly as the evaluator is gonna do it. So it's just gonna be by talking, as if I was just talking. In general, you're gonna have just these 3 questions. So hello, Juli. Let's start first by telling us a little bit about you. So where are you from?
Okay. Hello, teacher. I'm from Colombia. I live in Bogota.
Okay. And are you studying or working?
Both. I'm studying and working.
Okay. And can you tell us about your future plans?
Okay, so my future plan, the next semester, I'm gonna graduate from my university. The next semester too, I'm gonna present my CEPTO test. And the second semester of the next year, I think um, I'm gonna go in study the master is possible. That another plans is the first semester the next year. I'm gonna go in like a work like an English teacher. Um, no more. It's all.
Okay. So look, the way we're gonna mark your answers is with a simple check mark or an X mark. In the case of these 2 questions, you got a check mark right here because you gave me plenty of explanation. So that's what I wanted to hear. Remember, you're doing the CEPTO because I want to know how well do you speak. So if you speak very short questions, I won't be able to evaluate you, and I wouldn't know if you're an A1, B1, C1, and so on. In the case of where are you from, you told me a very short answer, so you possibly get marked down. Are you studying or working? Also, you gave me a very short answer, so you need to improve that. In the case of where are you from, tell me more about the place where you're from, not just where you're from. Also, the where are you are you studying or working? Imagine something to tell me more about that. So in the case if you're studying, why do you like it? What do you dislike? Why did you start studying this in the first place? Even if I didn't ask you that, I want you to tell me that because that's an opportunity that you're giving me to assess your speaking abilities. So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it much more simple this time. And let's start with the first question. So, where are you from, Juli?
Okay, I'm from Colombia. I live in Bogota. I love live in Bogota. Bogota for me is a cool weather. It's a nice side place that you can uh, do many activities. Moreover, the Colombia for me it's a good country for to live in where you found many environments, maybe hot, maybe cold, maybe another. Furthermore, the people is kind and it's funny to do in this place and to live in this country.
All right, that was perfect. I will give you double check mark because that was
Okay.
very good. You even used furthermore, which is a transitional phrase used by very advanced users. So good, good for you for doing that. Now, let's do the second question. Are you studying or working? But before we do that, I want you to keep in mind that yes, you're gonna give me a longer answer, but when you're approaching the end of your answer, try to say, and finally, and then you tell me something. And finally, so that I know that you're about to finish. This is very important and it segments your speech very well. So, Juli, are you studying or working?
Okay. Right now, both. Um, I'm working like an English teacher in a second and first grade in an elementary school. It was an interesting job for me, and is is a therefore is a good activity. Is a nice when you share it with the students. And I studied a bachelor's degree in English in virtual environments, and I reinforce my skills in English and in a other institution in a digital university. Nowadays is a virtual environment that for the pandemic. Um, but actually is for that reason. But in the other moment, maybe the next year, is possible that to go in presential environment, that it's important for me to improve my skills to English. Besides, for me, it's very important to do both activities in order to my job is like a English teacher. It's an interesting job because of it's improve for my skills like a English, like a teach. Finally, um, I I enjoy to do both activities, study and job. And the Sunday and Saturday is my days like a relax and share time with my family.
That was marvelous. Very good. That was and for this I want you to, when we finish this, go back to your recording and see the differences between your first answer and this answer. This one was perfect. Uh, you did something very good, and is that you used the finally, because that's also a transitional phrase made by very advanced users, and you're letting me know when you're finishing. So that was good. Let me mark this down. So, why is that giving longer answers is important? It's important because you're showing me that you have something called fluency. Fluency. And you very well show me that you had fluency with especially the second question, are you studying or working? Because you had thoughts and you spoke me as your thoughts were coming into your brain. So you spoke very naturally. That's what I wanted to hear. And also you told me the answers that were about the question. Now, that is just the first thing that you're going to encounter. The first thing that you're going to encounter is that a teacher from this university is going to call you on Skype. He probably or she probably doesn't know you. So the first things that he's going to ask about you is, where are you from? What is your name? Are you studying? What are your plans of the future? Take in mind those three questions because they're most likely to happen. Now, after that, he's gonna show you an image. He's gonna share his screen, and you're gonna have some time, approximately 2 minutes, to talk about that image to prepare your speech. So right here, I have exactly one question that they're gonna give you, and is, what do you see? Right off the bat, you probably see trees, a boat, a bridge, and a river. But remember, I want you to give me longer answers because I want to assess if you're fluent or not. I don't know you. Let's imagine I have never had any encounter with you. So this is your chance to prove me that you actually speak English. And how are you gonna do that? Well, we have to be creative. You see something right here, but take the chance and tell me something more that I don't see. Maybe you see a family behind that's taking a vacation, or maybe you see an adventurer that's coming into a new place. Create something new from this image and talk something about it. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. No, let's say 1 minute because I already spent some minutes talking about this. So prepare your speech 1 minute, and after that, I'm gonna tell you to start. Starting now.
Okay.
And also the more the details that you show me, you're gonna have a better score. Something that only you can see from this image. So
Yeah, I seen from the what, teacher?
the details that you tell me are gonna show me that you're a better speaker. So for example, let me use the pointer. For example, you see a klaxon right here, or you see a port right here. Those little details are going to make me think that you are better prepared for the exam.
Okay, but I prepared what it's about what? Any subject?
Yes, you just have to tell me what do you see in this picture. However, as I
Teacher, I don't see that your picture.
you don't see it, give me
No.
1 second. Well, I'm gonna restart this.
If you want, you take a screenshot on a chat. Is
How?
possible?
Yeah. How about now? Because I'm sharing my screen. Do you see it now?
No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna take a screenshot.
I think I called my I take off my call and I connect again in order to improve. Ah, okay. I I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. So, this is the first time you see that image. I was talking. Don't conform yourself just by telling me there are trees, there's a boat, there's a bridge. Try to tell me something that you only see. For example, maybe you see a family behind that's taking a vacation, or there's an adventurer who's in a new country. Be creative. Go beyond what you see. This is the question. What do you see? Of course, you're gonna tell me what you see, but also tell me something more, because that's how I'm going to evaluate you. Also, I was talking about the little details. So there's a klaxon, the honk on of the boat. There's a port where you can park your boat. If you see very minuscule details, those are also very good chances to improve your score. So let's start talking about this picture right now. So what do you see in that picture, Juli?
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. In this picture, I see the relaxed environment, and maybe is a country quiet in where you found um, tree environment, green environment, and moreover, I think it's in is this place that you found that you share with your relatives. Maybe I consider I can with my family, maybe my husband, my son, and spend time with relax. Furthermore, I consider it's a river in where you can touch and feel that the health of the planet on the warm. It's I think it's cold. The weather maybe is cold, but it's a relaxed side. However, I think it's in a picture I found the place is alone. Is no more people around that me. It's an interesting. If you go to vacation and it's like a boring, if you found enjoy, and it's like a place that you found relax and rest. Finally, I consider is a nice place when you maybe vacation with your family. And in my case, I like to go that place with my relatives, and I enjoy share time with them. No more.
All right, that was very good. So you see, you talk about your family. You even talk about the environment, how it was peaceful. Maybe it was a lonely place. We don't know for sure, but uh, your analogies and what you think about this picture is very good to say that, because you're again showing me that you're a fluent speaker. And remember that for the CEPTO, you need to have C1 to graduate. If you get a B2 or B1, you won't be able to graduate. So you actually want to show me that you're a C1 speaker. And that was a very good exercise. Now we're gonna do it with a second type of image, which is a process. Again, I'm gonna share my screenshot, paste it right here. And look, it's telling you what do you see. Again, don't conform just about telling me what do you see. Take the time to talk me about your opinion or something that you consider very important regarding this image. You're gonna have 2 minutes to think about that, and we're gonna start talking about that. Okay, Juli, are you ready?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so let's start.
Okay, in that pictures, I see the continue of the food cadence, uh, cadence of food, in the on the picture on the light. I can see eagle birds. Maybe it's an animal that enjoy, if you would, eyes, and it's an interesting and smart animal, and maybe it's a continue with another picture. It's a tree. Is a, maybe it's a grass, in where the eagle found its beard, its food, and the continue is, conversely the size, is between the size of the rest of the animals. Is a smart is a small animal, and is probably the food of the follow animal that is taught. Taught an interested animal and cold animal too, and in my personal opinion is awful animal, but it's okay. It's to do part of the nature, and the continue for the another animal is a spite. I don't know, serpiente. Oh my god. Maybe that snake is an animal that is do part of the cadence of the food. Maybe is like a sickle for the animals. I see the in a round is for me is like the wonderful that you found in our environment. Um, Finally, the animals it's important for our life and our for our live with them.
All right. So let's debrief your answer. First, you did very good with time. You spent a lot of time and you address each of the images. That's perfect. However, I would suggest you, if you forget the name of something, for example, you don't know the name of the bug that's right there, the insect, or you forgot somehow the name of serpiente in English, focus on what you already know. For example, if you already know that's an eagle, that's a grass, that's a frog, focus on those, and I'm not gonna notice that you don't know or that you forgot the name of those animals. Then in regards to the process, this image is a process. You're gonna have very similar images of people doing a process, for example, cutting wood in order to make furniture, animals eating each other, the process of the rain. First it comes from rain, then it goes to the river, then it evaporates. Any kind of process you're gonna get, and you're gonna have to explain that. So don't forget about this special word, process, which you did in this case. You addressed that it was a chain of animals that probably signified that they were eating each other. That's very good. And finally, I want to tell you how do you subscribe to the CEPTO exam. You have to send an email. I'm gonna write it down to the leader. Do you know who's the leader of your program?
I don't remember the name.
Okay, so it's Julio Tulande. This is his email. Julio, I'm gonna write it down. Punto Tulande at unat.edu.co. And so the program and Lile, we do the CEPTO exam every 2 months. And if you write an email to him, he's gonna subscribe you to the next issue of the exam. I think you're ready. I will suggest you to take that exam because you have 2 chances. If in case you don't take the C1, you have 2 chances. And first you start with the speaking section, then describing the picture, then listening section, reading, and finally you have to write a little essay. This is the 7th session of the CEPTO. We have 10 sessions, so try to get the most of the final 3 sessions that we make. I think there's another teacher, I forgot her name, but yeah, take advantage of that. And that will be it for today, Juli.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Thanks for your recommendations. that me, it's very important for me. And for the next semester, I consider I present my test.
All right. So thank you for that, Juli. So I'll leave you now, and I'm gonna also leave you the recording. So it's just gonna take about, I don't know, 10 minutes, but make sure to listen to yourself. All right.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Goodbye, Juli.
Bye bye.